welcome to this Australian Women's Ice Hockey League game 2 between the Sydney Sirens and the Melbourne Ducks here at Erina Ice Arena on Dark and Young Land. My name is Sarah Doramadra, and joining me again in commentary is Eric Brooks. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, everyone, and hello to a couple of new hockey fans right in front of us here in the central commentary position. It's going to be a fantastic game today. The Sirens were here yesterday against the Ducks, and the Sirens ended up with a 7-3 win. Having said that, the Sirens didn't have it their own way. Kelly Nelson was outstanding for the Ducks. But what the big difference for me, first of all for the Sirens, it was a couple of bang-bang goals to Ebony Brunt, 33 seconds apart, and then Kelsey Lang playing up forward for the Sirens with a hat-trick.
Amazing. Yes, like you said, Kelly Nelson absolutely shone out there for the Ducks, got the job done, did what she needed to do. We did have a switch of goalies, so Jade Davis-Toke, she did come out, did start the game. Olivia Giordano took over, also did fantastic in there as well. And yes, for the Sirens, Kelsey Lang promoted, I guess, from defense up into offense and got herself a lovely little hat trick out there. Outstanding game from both teams, actually. I think it was a very respectable score for the Ducks.
It certainly was. For anyone who isn't aware, the Ducks are in their first season in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. They have improved since the start of the year. They had the Sirens and lost comprehensively in the first 2 games of the season. They noticeably seem to play better on Sundays, the Ducks, so I'm expecting a showing from them this afternoon.
I think so too, and I mean, I guess the big change, as we see every week with the Sirens, is a change in goalie. So Naoka Wellard will be starting today, plays very different to Ella Lakari. So smaller in stature, moves a little bit faster because she is young, and she has the agility and the mobility, but doesn't necessarily have the same game read as Ella does. So because she plays different, it'll be interesting to see how the Ducks will read her and see how they're going to score against her.
Certainly is. Now, we made the point yesterday that it is the Ducks' first season. They do have players, for instance, from the New Zealand Women's Ice Hockey League. They do have players who have played NCAA. They do have players that have played for the Melbourne Ice, and they will continue to expand and continue to improve as they go on. You know, it takes teams time to gel. They are quite capable of keeping up with the Sirens, and except for those couple of bang-bang goals from Ebony Brunt yesterday that could have broken the back of any team.
It could have,
who
absolutely.
Knows?
Yes, and I mean with the Ducks, because how they've pulled their team together, they do get along very well as a team. They do stick together, but you have this diversity in skill and ability and experience. You have girls that have been playing for 30 years, and you have girls that have been playing for 12 months and have different sporting backgrounds. You have girls that took a 20-year break from hockey, and they've decided to come into the mix. So with the Ducks, I think they've accepted what this year is. It is a start for them. It's for them to figure it all out. But the more that they keep the core group together, the more we are going to see improvements and challenging force over the next few years.
So having a look at what's happening now, warm-ups are just about over. The teams are gathering at their respective ends. The Sirens, for the first period, are defending the cafe end, and the Melbourne Ducks in their white, who have some fans in the building, it's nice to see, they'll be defending the scoreboard end for the first period. And a couple of familiar faces are on the ice for you, Sarah.
My babies are on the ice. My babies are the official designated pup kids, and they brought a friend along today. So they are there. They're doing their job. They will not be playing in this league, but we'll see what they end up doing in their future.
So final couple of minutes here. 20 minutes on the clock. Interesting battle ahead. Now, Sarah Edney, one of the players for the Sirens who has had a lot of experience, as we were talking about pre-game. While she didn't get a goal yesterday, she had some assists, which was good. Shelby Thompson contributed with a goal as well for the Sirens, and for the Melbourne Ducks, big contributions from Lucy Parrington, their captain, who got the first power play goal for the Ducks, and Kelly Nelson. And Kelly Nelson was everywhere. Let's have a look at our officials, our referees, Jeff Scott, and on the lines, Nick Eyre and Jamison Harris.
No stranger to officiating these games. The 3 of them have done a bunch of the Sirens home games this year. I am sure they will be calling a good one.
So the opening face-off is about to be underway. Kath McConey for the Sirens against Lucy Parrington for the Ducks. A bit of a change. Sarah Edney took this face-off yesterday. And it will come back now. Entering the zone, the attacking zone is Steph Newmark for the Sirens, and the puck goes out of play near the half wall, near the Ducks bench, and we'll get another puck and resume play with 9 seconds remaining.
The difference with the face-off personnel, is that Kath and Lucy have known each other for literally decades.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens underneath the scoreboard. Ducks trying to clear it out. Rama's heavily involved early. Clearing it out of the zone, back in towards neutral ice. Cleo Mayer now sends it underneath the scoreboard. Back now for Rama. Rama clearing it out. They get it out of the zone, the Ducks. Here's a chance for Parrington. Parrington 2-on-1 situation. Parrington gets around one. Poppy Noon onto the ice very, very early. The puck goes wide of Wellard, and cleaning up there is Mayer. Sirens working it out of their defensive end now. The pass was just a bit too wide for Kelsey Lang. Couldn't have reached that with Ella Lakari's stick. And that will come back for the Ducks, clearing it out, trying to clear it out of their defensive end. Left-hand side, past all the benches. Jurkovic now stops, props, has 2 players. The pass goes out of the zone, so the Ducks will have to retreat. Hello, Newman. It will come back now for the Ducks. Sirens partial line change. Entering the zone is Nelson. Nelson fires and held there by Wellard.
It's always important for goalies to make that first save from the first shot. Looks somewhat easy for Nuka. That crease is still a little bit wet. She overslid it a little bit. We're now calling that puddle corner.
Puddle corner
it's
in front of the cafe.
still looking wet there.
Kelly Nelson, who scored from that particular area yesterday in the game. Sirens work it out of their defensive end. Ebony Brunt, who got 2 goals yesterday. Cross-ice pass from Sam Payne. Tapped on there. Here's an opportunity for Thompson. Now on to Edney. Edney can't get a handle on that, and Ducks do a good job of clearing it out. Payne briefly kept it in the zone. Here comes Britt Mendham now. Mendham thinks about firing, does fire, and into the Sirens logo there of Wellard. They certainly seem to like going down that right-hand side, Sarah.
They do. I mean, there were options there. There was somebody that was trailing, but Edney read that one, back-checked hard to cut her off, to not even let her have that passing option. In those cases, just put her on net, hope for the best, see what happens, but Nuka had that one all day, every day.
Caitlin Hollier taking the face-off for the Ducks. Has spent a lot of the year on defence, coming forward. Rukovic fires it wide. No action required there by Wellard. Johnson in the corner. Played for Australia recently in the under-18s. Back in towards neutral ice. Here comes Annika Schmitz, played in that same tournament. Schmitz now fires, and a good save there by Gargano. First action for her this afternoon.
And all these girls that know each other, the young ones. It's nice to see the young ones getting some ice time early on in the game. It's nice to see them get ice time towards the end of the game, but a nice, easy save for Gargano to start her first shot of the game.
Lucy, you're taking the attacking zone face-off for the Sirens underneath the scoreboard. Working it, trying to work it out of danger of the Melbourne Ducks. Left-hand side, centering pass, tapped on there by Johnson. It will come back for the Sirens. As now Ava Caruso entering the zone, just happy to dump it in. Looking for some support on the other side. Sirens there, Annika Schmitz not first to the puck there. The Ducks were in good position. Here comes Bronwyn Cashin now entering the zone on the left-hand side. Cashin pressured, sent wide. Out of the zone, back in towards neutral ice. The Ducks have to retreat. Jokovic again, winds up fire, selects power drive, and a powerful shot there. Basically from the red line. Sirens coming back out. Here's Colette Morgan, started the year as a development player in the Duck squad. And that will come back now for Cleo Mayer for the Sirens in defence. Goes behind her own net. Johnson there providing the forechecking pressure. Morgan, Johnson. It will come back now for Herring. Battling with Lucy Parrington, captain of the Ducks. Ducks centering, trying to connect. Firing with Stringer, but slightly wide. It'll come back now for Parrington. Parrington certainly won't give up. Centering pass, couldn't connect. Here's Neve Gallagher. Nuggets aren't her favourite food anymore, so we found out. There's been a hand pass there, but that's okay because the Sirens now have possession. Ducks still on the attack. Sirens trying to clear it out. Here's a bit of time and space now. Here's Steph Newmark trying to reach Lang. Gets a good shot on Gargano. Just paddles it away with the stick. Back now for Lang. 3 goals yesterday. Centering pass. Edney fires, but was just wide. Backdoor opportunity. Held on the left post by Gargano.
What a nice goal that could have been if it had been on target. A nice little read, though. I think this is the strength of the Sirens because they have so many girls that have played in North America. They know what to expect, and they work so well. So even just Sarah Edney spotting that to be able to drive to the net.
The puck eventually leaves the face-off circle. Well, at least I hope it will. Can't win from the face-off circle. Ducks eventually clear it out towards the grandstand side here at Erina Ice Arena. Thompson has some support now. Edney now promoting the puck forward. Tapped on there by Brunt. But the Ducks are there. Here's Newman against Payne. Payne up against the boards near the penalty boxes that have remained closed. And the puck goes out of play near the penalty boxes.
Just a little bit out of play. But we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. They'll have a little time to breathe, reset, and away we go again.
Nelson against Edney. Neutral zone face-off closest to the Sirens penalty box. Sirens right-hand side, just happy to walk it in is Gabby Arps. Arps now with it, looking for some support. She's got Thompson with her. Getting pressured there by Ryland. Up against the boards, getting tangled in the skates of referee Jeff Scott. Back now for Thompson, walking the blue line. Cross ice pass for Payne. Payne fires, got a stick on the way through. Balloons wide of Gargano. No action required in the end. Sirens still in possession. They have to keep it in this zone. Just wide again. Ducks trying to clear it out. There's a penalty coming. The penalty box door will be opening. Slashing is the call, and the Ducks certainly like that call.
Ebony Brunt's not usually, I think it's Ebony, or are they calling, I don't know. Who's getting the call? I was going to say Ebony's not usually one that finds herself in the penalty
box. Shelby Thompson.
But it's Shelby that's getting the slashing penalty. She was yesterday in the game. She was a little tappity tap on a few sticks. Gets called for slashing this time around.
So for the first time this afternoon, we'll see a power play for the Melbourne Ducks. The Melbourne Ducks have a player advantage for the next 2 minutes as Shelby Thompson sits for 2. Parrington taking the attacking zone face-off for the Melbourne Ducks. It'll come back for Gorovic. Back now for Nelson. Nelson fires as a player in front, and the puck ended up on top of the goal net.
Oh, if it had taken just a little difference in direction, that could have easily fallen behind Wellard. But no, just sat on top. We'll just blow that whistle straight away. The face-off will be outside. It will be in the neutral zone.
7 seconds gone of the Melbourne Ducks power play. Sirens have one less player for the next 2 minutes. Gorkovic entering the zone now. Here comes the Ducks via Nelson on the right-hand side. Here's Nelson getting harassed, has some support there in Gorkovic. Nice pass from one side of the ice to the other. That one didn't have enough power on it from Nelson, and that will come back now. No icing on the penalty kill, so the Ducks will have to come back. Kath McConey applying some forechecking pressure, looking to dispossess her from the puck. Minute 20 of the Ducks power play remaining. Ducks in centre ice now. Here's Nelson, has some support via Parrington. Parrington taking over, sending it back, but out of the zone. So the Ducks will have to fly out of the neutral zone for the moment. Nelson out of the defensive zone again. Sirens getting it all the way back down, and it will come back now for Lang. Lang's all alone at the moment, but it's eating valuable seconds off the power play. On the attack, Newman briefly. It will come back for the Sirens. The Sirens do a good job of just clearing it out as both teams take the opportunity to change. 13:50 remaining in the first period. 43 seconds of the Melbourne Ducks power play. Here's Hollier with a bit of ice to work with on the right-hand side from her point of view. Hollier centering pass, couldn't connect with Newman. Sirens trying to clear it out, and it will come back for Mayer. Mayer uses the backdoor escape route. First to the puck will be Edney, and here's a bit of danger for the Ducks. Edney now has some support via Brunt. Edney, it was great work in defence initially. The puck goes wide, and a close call there for the Sirens. 14 seconds of power play remaining. Back now for Brunt. Brunt looks to clear it out. Thompson back in 5 seconds. Ducks with it via Johnson. Johnson for the Ducks, own defensive end. Nice pass there, under some pressure by McKerney. And that will come back. 5-on-5 hockey. The power play is over for the Ducks. Thompson comes straight to the bench. Centre ice. And it will come back for pro check. New mark. McKerney fires, pad save, rebound. Steph Newmark had an opportunity, but Gargano was there waiting for it off the rebound. Puck needs to continue to move behind the net. It moves now towards the Ducks' right-hand side, towards the grandstand. Glove down by it to herself was Kelsey Lang. Here's Steph Newmark in traffic. Newmark against Johnson. Johnson's in good position. Johnson taking over for the Ducks. Shots on goal favouring the Sirens, 4-2. Battle up against the boards in the corner near the scoreboard. Ducks just need to clear it out of their defensive zone, and they do. Back in towards neutral ice we go. It will come back for Caruso. The puck moved on her a bit, but she's got space and time as the Ducks have a line change. Coming back now, Stringer finds Hollier eventually up against the boards. It will come back now for Steph Newmark. Caruso has some support there in Charlotte Rowe. Entering the zone, Caruso firing, but was wide. No action required by Gargano, the Melbourne Ducks goaltender. And it will come back, kept in the zone by Cleo Mayer, centering pass, but pressure there by Gallagher. Lucy York with the puck. York now right-hand side, has some support, trying to find York again on the inside. And Neve Gallagher clears it out, intercepted in centre ice. Good pressure up against there. Nelson against Caruso. York battling up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Rowe amongst others. Newman was there along with Stringer. Back now for Nelson. To centre ice we go with 11:09 remaining in the first period. It's still 0 all Sirens and Ducks. Rowe, right-hand side. It was good pressure there. But Annika Schmitz with it for the Sirens. Schmitz fires but was well off target. And the puck comes out of the defensive zone thanks to Newman. Newman finds Nelson. Nelson fires, but Gabby Arps was in the way of that one. It will come back now for Parrington. Out of the zone, back into neutral ice. Projik with it now. Cross ice past the Sirens. Changing. I don't think the Ducks realise that. Parrington had her hands full of Gabby Arps. Morgan. Parrington thinks about firing. Does fire. She got a good shot on Sarah despite the attention to Ebony Brunt there.
I was just going to say, you can take a breath now.
Thank you.
There's a lot that happened in those last 5 minutes. Good on the Ducks. That they had a solid power play. Sirens had a good penalty kill as well. A couple of shots, but finally a shot on Nurka to make the save.
Shot went wide from that occasion from the Ducks. Gabby Arps looking to clear it up for the Sirens in defence. Right-hand side. Up against the bench. Thompson against Parrington, resuming their battles from yesterday. Sirens in defence, working it out. Finding Brunt now. Brunt had a pocket pick there by Project. Back now for Collette Morgan. Battle up against the boards in the corner. It will come back now for Parrington. Parrington with it, trying to sneak it in via the post near the right-hand pad of Wellard. There's a penalty coming, and maybe there might be one more. The initial call is for interference. The penalty box door will be opening, and Sarah, the Sirens will be heading to the power play. Collette Morgan heading to the box for 2 minutes.
Yeah, the first power play opportunity for the Sirens in this game. I mean, they scored shorthanded yesterday. They do have a dominating power play one line out. It looks like they're the ones that they will be putting out there. Little bit of chat about what's going on. Assistant coach Mel Matheson is chatting to referee Jeff Scott about it. Trying to negotiate something, it seems, but I'm sure it's going to be power play one that comes out, and we know it. They are dominant, they are threatening, they are effective.
Oh, we might be going... No, hang on. There might be somebody going to the box here for the Sirens.
And there may end up being maybe it might be a 5-on-5. I think that might be the debate here, which is why there are 5 Ducks on the ice.
So just having a look at the shorthanded situation for the Ducks. The Ducks have not scored a shorthanded goal all season, but they've conceded 10. So we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here, because there looks like there's going to be another penalty as well. So we'll have...
Ebony Brunt is not familiar so much with the penalty box, but she's being sent in. So it will be a 5-on-5.
We'll get confirmation on the Brunt penalty shortly. The first one definitely all day long, twice on Sundays, was Colette Morgan for interference. But there was a little bit of action that happened after the initial call, which may be the reason. We'll get confirmation when we can.
And I think that's why referee Jeff Scott is also talking to Naoka as to why the face-off is down this end.
So back now, 5-on-5 hockey, one player from each team in the penalty box, so those penalties cancel each other out. Back now for Lang. Brokovic pressured there by Newmark. Centering. It will come back. Herring. So interference for both players, so they cancel each other out. Battle up against the boards. Johnson playing well above her age. Battle up against the board. Sirens trying to get it out of the defensive zone. Bellamar. Here's an opportunity for Newmark all alone. Newmark, the defence catches up. Firing, but high and wide was Kelsey Lang up against the boards. Reinforcements arrived. Newmark had a lot of time and space, Sarah, but the Ducks caught up.
It was a fantastic play. She just ran out of a little bit of space, but then Kelsey Lang was right there to pick up the puck as well. Just missed the net, though.
Back now for Bellamar. Herring. Back for Lang. Battling against Nelson. Lang has some support. Herring. Stringer. It will come back now for Britt Mendham. Mendham against Herring. That's a good battle on the red line. Newmark. Safety first, Gargano. No icing. And that will come back. 8:24 remaining in the first period. Off the stick of Newman on the way through. And that will still come back for icing because Newman was in her own half.
Was indeed. We are still 5-on-5. The penalties are not up on the scoreboard, but if I saw it right, it was at 9:53. So there's still a little bit of time for those girls to stay in there, but it also depends on how long this stretch of play lasts.
Because they can't come back before 2 minutes and they have to wait for a whistle after the 2 minutes. Here's Newman now. Centering pass, almost connected with Nelson. Thompson now with it. Thompson, good pressure there from Nelson. Mayer, Mendham, Payne. Ducks trying to centre now. They've got Newman in front of the net. Sirens though in good position, trying to clear it out. Mendham, Thompson. It will come back now for Edney. Edney now's got Mayer for company. Pressured there by Mendham. Kept in the zone almost by Springer. There's another penalty coming in favour of the Ducks this time. Extra attacker coming on for the Ducks. Sirens will take possession and the Melbourne Ducks will be going to the power play. 2 minutes for hooking against the Sirens as the original players in the penalty box can now come out.
So
Shelby Thompson again.
Ebony Brunt was done for interference and Morgan for the Ducks was done for slashing, and Thompson finds herself in the box for the second time this game. So far we're still in the first period, but it does give the Ducks a chance to be on the power play. They did score on their first power play in yesterday's game, so we do know that they are effective.
And the person who got that goal was Lucy Parrington, who was at the face-off.
Dr. Parrow.
I'll have to ask why she's a doctor. There's all sorts of different doctors.
Sports science PhD like me.
Ah, okay. Back now, good battle there. Bellamar up against the boards. Could have been a cross-check there, but the arm stays down from referee Jeff Scott, who was in the immediate vicinity. Siren short-handed now for 99 seconds. They try and clear it out of the defensive zone. Kept in the zone via the Ducks. It will come back now for Nelson. Nelson fires. I got Mar on the way through. Mar does a really good job of clearing it out. Siren short-handed. It goes towards the centre of the curling circle. It will come back and icing Sarah on the power play.
The Sirens, as we talked about, have scored short-handed. They are better than the Ducks with their puck control and possession. Looking at the girls that they have out there, if they can just contain it in their offensive zone, they could be very dangerous.
Melbourne Ducks fourth in the league on power plays. Firing there was Edney. The puck still free. Battle up against the boards. Now the Ducks get better at that. Looking to clear it out. Tapped on there. Here's Nelson. Nelson with Gobs it down to herself. Backhanded shovel. They'll rule that a hand pass. That was just seriously unlucky for Kelly Nelson.
It was a nice stretch pass from Lucy Parrington. Nurka was there anyway. Even though it was a hand pass, it will be a face-off outside. It will be in the neutral zone, but good on Nurka for reading it anyway. She was not getting scored on.
Ducks 4th in the league on power plays, 11 from 57. Sirens on the penalty kill, 5th in the league, 12 out of 55. It will come back now. Entering the zone is Mendham. Mendham now, Payne. Battle in the corner. Edney lends a hand. 35 seconds of the Ducks power play remaining. The Sirens short-handed. They did score short-handed yesterday. Firing from distance. Galgano, big rebound. But no Sirens on that side of the rink. It will come back now for Mendham. Mendham entering the zone for the Ducks, trying to squeeze through a gap. Mayer was there and Arps was there. Arps trying to clear it out, but can't. In front, there was an opportunity. Nelson was in front there. Couldn't quite connect. Actually, it was Cashin. Down to Galgano. 5 seconds of Ducks power play remaining. Johnson battling near the penalty box. Morgan. Thompson comes straight out. I think they might have a rule with Shelby. As soon as you come out of the box, go straight to the bench and get ready for your next shift, depending on who's on the ice. Definitely
depends on who you've got out on the ice and who's the next line that's going to get out there, and you definitely want to get your lines back into the order that you had them at.
So that's something that would possibly be partly pre-arranged at least.
It's generally a wave across the rink, and it's either you're coming to the bench or you're going out there.
So back now behind the Ducks net, or the net that they're aiming at. Prochek was in traffic. The puck goes wide. Parrington down in the crease. Big don't argue by Gabby Arps. She looks like she got away with that one too. The big don't argue against Lucy Parrington. And it will come back now for Caruso. Caruso enters the zone for the Sirens. Thinks about a shot, but there was a Ducks player in the way. And it was good work there by Stringer. Parrington winds up, selects power drive, but just got a lot of Charlotte Rowe on the way through. And Parrington and her Duckettes come off to end that shift. They'll come back now for Newman. Newman's got support there from Nelson. Here's Nelson. Nelson walks in, fires, was wide. Newman trying to clear it off the backboards. It will come back now for Ryland. Ryland trying to keep it in the zone. She had 2 Sirens there. It will come back now for Yates. Yates, D-to-D pass, back now for Newman. 3:57 on the big clock. The penalty boxes are empty. Still 0-0. Entering the zone now is Newman. Got dispossessed. Mendham was there. Mendham was fired, and that was a bit high. Newman looking to regain the rebound. It will come back up. Some soccer skills on display from the Sirens, looking to get it out of their defensive zone. It is still there. Mendham, the puck balloons towards the left of Wellard from her point of view in the Sirens net. Cleared out by Lang. Pass there for Newmark. Newmark under pressure. It was good work there from Johnson, who just came onto the ice. Ducks with it now. Cashin centering. Here's Nelson with a little bit of time and space. Nelson fires. Deflected into the corner there by Wellard. It'll come back now for Mayer. Shift change for the Ducks. Here's Lang now. Lang centering pass, but only found a Ducks player in the form of Rama. Rama, Stringer, collision there. There's a penalty coming. So Rama collided with Newmark with 2:51 remaining in the first period.
Not that I'm an official in any capacity, but I think that was just an accidental collision. Rama does.
But it's interesting. Stringer got sent to the box there.
Yeah.
And I don't think she was involved in the collision. So maybe there was something else apart from the collision.
No, and Newmark seems to be okay. She did stay down for a bit, but she is back on the bench because they've had a line change. But confirmation from my end is that number 8, done for body checking. So Stringer is done for body checking.
Back now for Rama, who was involved in that collision, and it will come back. The Sirens on the power play. Here's an opportunity for Cashin for the Ducks, short-handed. And Arps again. battle up against the board. Sirens get the better one of that one. Here's Ava Caruso now for the Sirens. Got dispossessed by Gerkovic. 2:26 on the big clock. 93 seconds on the small clock. Out of the reach there of Brunt. Rama will come back for it. Rama clears it out. Nice D-to-D pass from the Ducks. Johnson had it briefly. Sirens in possession. Back now for Payne. Payne under pressure. Working it down low. Pressure again there by Johnson. Caruso had her hands full. It will come back now for Brunt. 65 seconds of the Sirens power play remaining. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Here's an opportunity for Lang. Lang fires. Caruso was there but couldn't deflect it in. Rama clears it out. And that will come back now. Johnson battling up against the boards. It will come back for Payne. Payne fires. It was just wide of Rama, who tried to deflect it out with the leg, but it was wide. That will come all the way back down. Having a look, Sirens second in the league, Sarah, in the power play. And in the penalty kill, the Ducks are sixth in the league. Edney, cross-ice pass, tapped on there. McConey and Parrington were together with Gallagher. And the puck goes out of play at the Sirens bench during the line change.
Lucky with how that ended up. It could have been a bench minor, one of those things.
Too many.
One of those things. That's what they're discussing.
Mate,
I think
that'd be so unfortunate,
wouldn't it? I think that's what they're discussing. But she was already off the ice before the puck hit her.
It was just unlucky that the door was open.
Yeah, I think that's what the Ducks are arguing, to give it that penalty. But no, it will not be. The Sirens are still on the power play for 28 seconds.
1:19 on the big clock, 28 seconds on the small clock. The Sirens with the player advantage for the next 27 seconds. Firing. That was a good shot initially. Gargano's been solid this period. Shots on goal favouring the Sirens, 8-5.
For someone who is so young, she is very technical, and it's wonderful to see. So as soon as she drops in a butterfly, nothing's getting through.
McConey against Parrington. Rama does a good job of clearing it out. Wellard just watching the puck go over the goal line, leaves it for Kelsey Lang. Lang with 3 goals yesterday against the Ducks. There is 1 minute remaining in the first period. Edney, cross-ice pass for Thompson. Thompson's weaving, swerving, firing. Edney trying to go back door. Gargano and the Melbourne Ducks defence was there. Back now for Lang. Lang fires but was wide. Power play over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Ducks clear it out. And that will come all the way back. And if it makes a goal line, it won't. Back now for Edney. Line change for the Ducks. Here's McConey, left-hand side. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Back for Caruso. Caruso misfires. Newmark can't keep it in the zone. Herring had her eyes full of Newman in the front window. Now battling with Nelson. Recovers now. Herring. 17 seconds remaining in the period. Back now for Caruso. Entering the zone. Left-hand side. Fires. Gargano with the blocker save. It will come back now for Gallagher. Gallagher weaving, swerving through traffic. Newmark was there somewhere. Back now for Bellamar. 5-4, 3-2-1. And that will see the end of the period. I can't remember this season, and somebody out there may know, 0-0 at the end of the first period in a game involving the Melbourne Ducks. I can't recall one.
I'm not sure. We're going to have to go look back at the stats, but a very different first period to what we saw yesterday. At this point, there were far more shots on goal, but as we have it at now, at the end of the first period, it is goalless. Sirens have only taken, and I say only, 8 shots on the Ducks net, and the Ducks have only taken 5. It was a lot more at this point in yesterday's game. So to me, it seems a little bit slower. The girls should be well rested, but maybe it's that humidity really kicked in. And if you were living anywhere, if you stayed overnight anywhere up here, we got a blackout last night. So yeah, maybe it was restless sleeps that the girls aren't just quite as switched on as they were yesterday.
Maybe. Lucy Parrington's having a long chat with referee Jeff Scott over there.
She is indeed. You can't see it on screen. If we were panned a little bit more to the left, you would see her. Naoka Wellard coming to the bench, but they are waiting on Kath McConey for the captain's discussion on whatever could possibly be going on. But Lucy Parrington, Kath McConey, they have been around the Australian women's ice hockey scene for a long time. They've both I am sure somewhere in the timelines they've played in line together. They've certainly played for the Australian national women's team together in ice hockey together, been to multiple world championships. Similar ages, they go way back. There is that mutual respect. Before, when Gabby Arps, the big push that
I
wasn't
don't know how
seen.
she got away with that one.
I don't know how
seriously.
she got away with that either, but I also think that there should be a level of respect. Yes, you should go hard, but also you should know who you're pushing down, and Lucy Parrington is not somebody you should be touching.
So as the chat continues, we will go and have our first intermission. At the end of the first period, the Sydney Sirens 0, the Ducks 0. I think both teams can be happy, but the Ducks, I think, will be more ecstatic at this point. We'll see you in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. Sydney Sirens 0, Ducks 0. Back soon. Welcome back to the start of the second period. Sydney Sirens, Melbourne Ducks, 0-0. And Sarah, what a first period. And there was a little bit of interesting information that you found out regarding the coincidental penalties during that first period.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of confusion as to why people were heading to the box and what happened and all this sort of stuff. And when the comms came through with who was served for what, it just wasn't quite making sense. But it has been all cleared up now, and it is updated on eSports Disc. So, Morgan from the Ducks was done for goalie interference. Wellard, Sirens goalie, who was interfered with, was done for slashing. Of course, she can't serve her own penalty, which is why Ebony Brunt, because she was on the ice, served the penalty for her. That's the explanation for the coincidental. We got that far.
We did.
When captains Parrington and McConey, well, assistant captain McConey, when they were on the ice talking to Jeff Scott at the end of that period, that conversation then made its way to the bench. And it went for a little bit, and they were just discussing the fairness and equality, I guess, in the penalties that were being handed out, ones that were being handed out, ones that were being perhaps missed. And they were just asking for a little bit more just consistency in the calls.
I suppose as a player, it's hard to know where you stand sometimes.
Well, some things are being let go and others aren't.
So now we're underway. Parrington against Edney, opening a face-off of the second period. Edney fires and block it away there by Gargano. Ducks looking to clear it out of the defensive end. That's a big wall between Edney and also Thompson for the Sirens, but the Ducks do a good job of clearing it out. It will come back now for Sam Payne. Battle up against the boards. Morgan and Payne, and now Brunt as well. Parrington, nice pass there. Under pressure, it was a good shot from distance from Morgan. Saved there by Wellard. Underneath the scoreboard. Ducks on the attack. Parrington again, retrieving the puck off the backboards, battling against Sarah Edney. Captain on captain briefly. Payne battling up against the boards. Brunt gets to the puck first. Kept in the zone. No, now out by the Ducks. Battle against the boards near the Ducks bench. Sirens in defence now. Nice pass for Thompson, who's got some time and space. Ducks were in the middle of a line change. Thompson now with it behind the net. Has got ups on the blue line. Brunt in the slot. It will come back now for Brunt. Pressured there by Nelson. Brunt now walks in. Centering pass. Backhanded shovel by Brunt. Cleared away by Gargano. Didn't get enough on that as she thought she may have. Back now, the Sirens with it via Brunt. Scored 2 goals yesterday. Trying to pass it to McConey, but McConey had moved. Coming back now for Rama. Rama looking to clear it out. Finds Gorkovic. It will come back now for Nelson. Nelson pressured there by Poppy Noon. Noon now around the horn. Back now for Newmark. Kept in the zone by the Ducks briefly. Kept in the zone via Gallagher. Nelson fires but was wide. Just wide of the glove there of Wellard. It will come back now for Yates. Cross ice pass, but just connected with McConey for the Sirens. Up the ice we go. Pressure there, Newmark and Gallagher. Gallagher with it now. Here's Lang. Opportunity, Newmark. Newmark tries to slide it in. Kelsey Lang with the secondary attempt. Very, very close here. Battle up against the boards near the Sirens bench, and it comes back now for Caton Hollier for the Ducks via New Zealand. It will come back now for Mayer. Mayer, D-to-D pass. I'm not sure who she was aiming that one at, Sarah.
Not sure either.
Bellamar. I don't think Bellamar knew the pass was coming in her direction because she was nowhere near it. It will come back now for Caruso. Caruso battling up against the boards with Hollier. Reinforcements arrive. The puck needs to continue to move. Ducks on the attack now. Entering the zone via Cashin. Has some support there in Johnson. Johnson fires but goes wide. It will come back now. Sirens clearing it out of their defensive end. A good battle up against the boards with Cashin. Parrington coming in with the puck now. Here's Parrington, scored the first goal for the Ducks yesterday. Parrington fires. Well, the puck's free. The puck's in the back of the net. And the Ducks have scored, take the lead. Bryher Johnson, great reward for effort. She had it well hard, but couldn't regain possession to freeze the puck.
It only took 23 minutes for somebody to score in this game. It was a good shot of Parrington just trying to get something, using all her strength to get something on net. Wellard does make the save, but the rebound's just out in front of her right pad, and she couldn't move fast enough to get onto it. That was a nice goal from the Ducks. They lead this game 1-0.
And Johnson's goal, that's her first in the A-dub.
Oh, congratulations.
So congratulations. What a way to get your first goal. Guttormson now with it. Guttormson, battle up against Rama. It will come back towards the Ducks. So the Ducks well and truly quacking here at Erina. Grokovic. Briar Johnson with the goal. So she's had a good few weeks, represented Australia in the U18s, and now she's got her first A-dub goal. So congratulations to her. Guttormson now with it. Edney. Pressure there. Sirens walking in via Brunt. Edney replies instantly. It was a great mail delivery there by Ebony Brunt. Sarah Edney didn't get a goal yesterday. Erina has erupted, and Sarah Edney right in front. Great delivery. 1-1.
And sometimes that's all you need. You know, when it's like, hey, Melbourne Ducks are leading us 1-0. Instant reply. Come on, girls. Something. Nice pass from Ebony Brunt. I'm loving this combination of Guttormson, Edney, and Brunt. It's been working so well. I love to see that line in action. As with this line of the Newmark McConey and Lang combination.
And this often happens in this league. One team scores, and then almost within the next minute or so, the other team will reply. Here's Nelson trying to go up Main Street, trying to go up the Central Coast Highway. It will come back Newmark trying to clear it out. So Gabby Arps getting herself an assist on that goal as well. Here's Kelsey Lang battling up against Stringer. Stringer comes down, falls awkwardly against the board. She's getting back up now. Ducks clearing it out of their defensive end. Not quite a flying V. Here's Nelson now. Nelson entering the zone, has Mender for support. The puck's free, and now it's under the control there of Wellard. And that was dangerous as well, Sarah.
That was dangerous, but Wellard could see that play unfolding. She made it there in time. It could have been a repeat of what we saw earlier. There was a Ducks player, I'm not sure who, was on the back door, well, heading towards the back door, but was not being tied up by a Sirens player.
Attacking zone face-off for the Ducks. Sirens trying to clear out of the defensive zone. Bella Ma had her hands full. Pressure there. It was a good shot from Cashin. Deflected. Herring. Now they try and clear it out. Here's Caruso. Caruso entering the zone for the Sirens. Caruso fires, and a nice glove save there by Gargano.
That would have been a nice goal, but Gargano, she's got a good love. She shut that down. It may not have actually gone into the net, but it's just to kill something because Annika Schmitz was right there in case it did rebound out.
An 8.78 save percentage for Gargano this A-dub season. Here's Bella Ma. Ma pushed off the puck there by Hollier. Schmitz fires, but was off the equipment there of Johnson. Johnson now, Schmitz, centering pass off the stick there of Cashin. Had to watch the offside there, the Ducks. Entering the zone now is Ryland. Ryland fires, but was wide. Back now for Herring, and that will come back. Cleared out, Bella Ma. Ma now also represented Australia in the U18s recently. It will come back now for Yates. Yates, D-to-D pass for Ryland, but under some pressure there. It was good work by Annika Schmitz, who was also in the U18s recently. Lucy Parrington clearing it out. And we'll come back now. Arps, collision in centre ice. It will come back now for Lucy York. Sirens looking to come off. One of the Sirens players looking to come off, but nobody was waiting for her. That's Caruso. Caruso comes off now. Back now for Arps. Had a pocket picked. Centre of the area. It'll come back for Guttormson. Couldn't get a shot on. Blocked there by Parrington. Cleared out of the defensive end by the Ducks. It will come back for Redney, who got the last goal for the Sirens. The only goal for the Sirens. 14 minutes remaining in the second. And it's 1-1. Ducks and Sirens. Centering pass. Here's an opportunity. It was just a bit too wide there for Ebony Brunt. And that will come back for icing.
And everyone can have a little bit of a break. Sirens, of course, they can't get a line change, but they can at least buy a bit of 30 seconds time to just breathe and reset. It is a strong line out there. We know how effective they are. They did score on an earlier shift as well. They are going to want to get ahead.
So Nelson wins a face-off for the Ducks. It will come all the way back down. And having to chase there is Rama. It's a foot race between Rama and Brunt. Rama's in good position. Brunt recovers briefly. Thompson with the puck now, trying to drive the net. Mendham's there. It will come back now for Rama. Krokovic tries to clear it out. Goes down the central route. The pass was just a bit too wide there. Steph Newmark near the Ducks bench. Pressured there by Nelson. Sirens on the attack. Left-hand side now. Pocket picked, and that'll be an interference call, which will favour the Sirens. Delayed penalty coming up for the Sirens. Melbourne Ducks touch up. Hooking the call. Penalty box door will be opening. Sirens to the power play.
I'm not sure if these girls will be the one that stay on the ice. They just have had a shift. It looks like they will get to... No, PP1 will be out there. So Sarah Edney and Guttormson, they will just stay out there, suck in all that air so they can perform on this power play. Like I said, they are itching to get ahead, so they are going to try to maintain possession as much as they can before they release anything on net.
Start of the Sirens power play. McKerney at the face-off. It will come back now for Edney. Centering pass. It'll come back now for Kelsey Lang. Lang winds up, selects power drive, big deflection off Gargano onto the netting so we can play on. Back now for Kelsey Lang again. 3 goals yesterday. Fires, shoots. And a good save by Gargano. And in the slot there, waiting for it was Guttormson.
I feel like Guttormson was the one that made that save.
It looked like it, didn't it?
With where the puck was, and she just fell right on top of it. I think they're just not sure if they're making... There we go. So there will be a face-off inside.
12:51 on the big clock. 1:39 on the small clock. Good afternoon, Ben Chalker. Back now for Kelsey Lang. Lang with it now, winds up, thinks about firing, finds Guttormson instead. Guttormson doesn't make the net. Back now for Edney, right-hand side. Edney walks towards the top of the umbrella. Guttormson on the left-hand side. Lang at the top of the umbrella. Lang thinking about a shot, thinking about sending it to the left-hand side. Walks to the right-hand circle. Oh, good tap-in attempt by McConey there. That was well done. McConey was just waiting for that pass to be in front. Guttormson now drives the net, right-hand side, firing, trying to find Newmark. Newmark's there. McConey's there, was so close. Newmark couldn't get it in. McConey couldn't get it in. Both and there's another penalty coming. The penalty box door will be opening 54 seconds of the original penalty against the Ducks. And it looks like we're about to go 5-on-3 for the Sirens. Johnson, one moment she scored a goal. Next moment she's sitting for 2.
54 seconds of 5-on-3. Do you keep your 5 PP1 Sirens out there? Yes, you do.
You bet your life you do.
They get 20, 30 seconds just to catch their breath.
So 5-on-3 now for the next 54 seconds. 5 Sirens, 3 Ducks. Back now McConey. Here's Edney. Edney thinks about a shot. Has Kelsey Lang at the top of the umbrella. Lang, Guttormson, back for Edney. Back now for Lang. Back now for Edney. Edney. Guttormson fires off the iron. Back now for Guttormson. Centering. Edney fires but was wide. 30 seconds of 5-on-3 before the Ducks get a player back. Back now for Lang again. Lang thinks about a shot. Edney fires but again was wide. Trying to find Newmark now off the boards. Edney recovers. 20 seconds of 5-on-3. Edney fires. McConey was in front. Tapping. And it comes back now for Lang. Lang with it now. Back for Edney. Edney. Guttormson. Guttormson couldn't get a shot on. Edney. The locals have found the acoustic accompaniment. Back now for Lang. Lang fires, but there was traffic there. Ducks cleared out by Rama. Ducks have got a player back now. 5-on-4 for the next 1 minute. It will come back now for Newman. Newman up against the boards, almost out of play. Newman was almost evicted out of Jerry's apartment. It will come back now for Guttormson, who's been out there since the start of this power play.
Partial line beforehand.
Change. Partial change. Yeah, she was on the shift beforehand as well. It's a very good point, Sarah. Coming back now. Here's Lang, who's been out there the same amount of time now. Lang crosses all the lines, goes straight down the Central Coast Highway. Finds York. York fires, but was wide. Brunt was so close in front, couldn't connect. And out of the zone now, Guttormson thinks about going off for a change, thinks about getting the puck. goes, fires the puck in, comes off for a change. 18 seconds off the power play left for the Sirens. The Ducks, Sarah, have done extremely well to hold off this pressure.
They have indeed. They've been shutting down opportunities, not letting the Sirens have a shot.
Caruso in traffic. York was wide. It'll come back now. Battle up against the back of the net. Power play over. Johnson comes back onto the ice. 5-on-5 hockey. Here's Johnson straight out of the penalty box. Johnson fires but was wide. Battle up against the boards. York, Johnson, Rokovic amongst others. Caruso coming in as well to lend a hand. Back to centre ice we go. Ducks have it via Nelson. Past the stick of Grokovic, who's looking to come off for a change. It will come back now for Sam Payne, the Payne train. Hollier, Nelson, but the Ducks have gone offside.
Excellent work by the Ducks. We just briefly talked about how they managed. I mean, they killed a 5-on-3, and look who the 5 were that were out there.
And it was an extended 5-on-3. It wasn't a short one.
And they were not looking tired. They just dug deep, found something in there to just keep making it work.
Yates now clears it for the Ducks back in towards the Ducks attacking zone. Charlotte Rowe. And that will come back. Sirens trying to clear it out via Kelsey Lang. Lang with it now, left-hand side. Finds McConey, trying to find Newmark now. Ryland coming across for the Ducks. McConey in good position. It will come back in the opposite corner now for Lang. And the pond is dry in front of the Gargano net, Sarah.
Ducks aren't going to be swimming there.
Not this period anyway.
Not this period. We'll see what happens in the next period. But we have an icing all the way back to the Sirens' offensive end. Again, some of these girls they've had a lot of ice time. They're going to want to be sucking in there as much as they can. Attacking
zone face-off. McConey wins it for the Sirens. Up against Newmark now, up against the boards. Kelsey Lang, McConey fires. Lang fires but was wide. It will come back now for Newmark. McConey battling up against the boards. Ducks just need to clear it out via Johnson. Back now for Newmark. Newmark now has some support from Mayer in front. McConey was in front, couldn't connect. Trying to keep it in the zone is Cleo Mayer, working with Newmark. Now Ducks should be able to clear it out of the zone, but they just find Lang. Lang with it right-hand side now. Lang fires, and a big deflection there off Gargano. It will come back for Charlotte Rowe. Pressure there. Clearing it out via Hollier. Has played for New Zealand and in the New Zealand Ice Hockey League of the women's variety. And there's another penalty coming. An illegal hit. Body checking. Penalty box door will be opening and Cleo Mayer will be entering. Melbourne Ducks, Sarah, to the power play.
That comes as no surprise as Cleo enters the box. She is a physical player. She is strong in defense. No replay on that, but not surprised. But does give Ducks the opportunity to be on the power play. Haven't scored on any opportunities yet today, but they certainly did yesterday. The net on the other end, I did spot it. The far side post did come off a little bit, so hence the delay.
Back now, Ducks starting their power play. Here's Ebony Rama, pressured there. Jelena Grokovic, otherwise known as Jelly to her teammates. That's how she wanted to be introduced. Grokovic now, wide the fires, big cannon, but was also wide. The cannon was off target. It will come back up against the boards. Rama pressured there by Edney. Grokovic still having it. Left-hand side, thinks about a shot. Finds Rama now. Rama fires. There's traffic from both teams. In the slot again, Rama cleared out by the Sirens. 7.5 minutes remaining in the second period. 1:20 of the power play for the Ducks. Thompson fires. Bar, but out. Shelby Thompson hit the crossbar, but did not go in the back of the net. Olivia Gargano weighs the goal frame, a big one on that occasion. And it will come back for Rama. 1 minute of the Ducks power play remaining, but they're at the wrong end briefly. Parrington now, captain of the Ducks, clears it out, trying to find Nelson. And that's Sarah, Rob, and a lot of other people will come back for icing on the power play.
That could have been a short-handed goal. It was just the perfect setup. It just needed 2 inches below where it was fired.
Lower.
Just a little bit, and would have been such a sweet goal.
Oh, bar down and in. How good will that have sounded?
Very pretty, not for goalies though.
Yeah, you hate that sound. Ducks now, 45 seconds of their power play remaining. It will come back. Harrington's in a battle. Mars there. York's there. The puck needs to continue to move. It does. It will come back for Mar. Uses the backdoor escape route. Sirens short-handed for the next 30 seconds. Proshek with it now. Fires through the crease. Ducks still on the attack. Rokovic, oh, she's got a powerful shot, but it was just off target. 15 seconds of the power play remaining. Hollier is waiting for the puck at the top of the umbrella. Fellow Kiwi Nelson is with the puck now. 5 seconds of the power play remaining before Mayer comes back. Ducks firing. Bit of friendly fire. It stung her a bit. Prochek in traffic. Can't fire. Sirens clear it out. Kept into the zone. Sprokovic fires again. The puck's free in the slot briefly. Herink with it now and clears it out for Mayer, who's just come out of the penalty box. So back to 5-on-5, Sarah, but for how long is the question?
There's been a whole lot of penalties dished out today.
Back now for York in some traffic. York entering the zone, brief, or trying to enter the zone. Johnson there. Holly is there. Lang's there. Lang enters the zone on the left-hand side for the Sirens. Pressured there by Gallagher. Partial line change. This could be awkward for the Sirens, especially if the puck's in the general vicinity when they're doing a line change. Hollier now for the Ducks. Entering the zone on the left-hand side. Hollier has some support by Cashin and Johnson. The puck goes wide underneath the scoreboard now. Mayer throws a body in. Johnson with it now. Johnson walks in, got one goal already. Can't pull the trigger. Here's Gallagher. Gallagher fires, but there was traffic in front. And that will come back now for the player of Kelsey Lang, trying to clear it out via the back door. It will come back now for Charlotte Rowe. Rowe with it. Finds Cashin for the Ducks. Now they clear it out via McConey. Back now for Stringer near the Sirens bench for the Ducks. Oh no, this could be trouble for the line change as well. Both lineies looking at it. It's all okay. Back now for the Sirens, clearing it out of the defensive end. Here's Charlotte Rowe. Rowe with it. It's got McConey on the left-hand side. Just past the stick of McConey. It will come back, beats the stick of Mendham. Coming back now for Mayer. Mayer, cross-ice D-to-D pass with Johnson, with Charlotte Rowe. Had some pressure there from Newman. And that will come all the way back. Gallagher gets a stick there. Newman's there, clears it out of the apartment. The puck balloons, but not onto the Sirens bench. Sirens still have it via Rowe. Rowe looking first to the puck. The 3-on-1, 4-on-1 almost. The pass was just a bit too hot and too wide from McConey. McConey got tangled up there with Nelson briefly, but they disentangled. Here's Nelson now. Originally from America, now calling New Zealand home, was sent wide. No action required there by Wellard. Out as the Ducks do another line change. And that will come back. Sirens clear it out. How many line changes are the Ducks doing?
As many as they can get fresh legs out there.
Back now for Ryland. It's been a big weekend for the Ducks. Still looking for their first win of the season. Puck almost there to play at the Ducks bench. Ducks, I mentioned it pre-game, Ducks seem to play better on Sundays.
They seem to. They're having an outstanding game today.
Back now for Ryland. It's still 1-1 with 3:20 remaining in the second period. It will come back now for Gabby Arps. Arps just recently celebrating 50 games in the A-Dub. Shelby Thompson now leading goal scorer for the Sirens. Edney just firing it out. It will come back now for Tara Yates. Yates with it, but finds Shelby Thompson briefly. Wrong team, wrong colour, wrong jersey. It'll come back for Morgan now. Morgan centering pass, kept in the zone by Thompson. It's past the puck to Shelby Day. Thompson now, pressured there by Yates, does well. Thompson with it now. Proshik, Brunt in the slot. Ducks trying to clear it out, kept in the zone by Sam Payne. Out of the zone, back to neutralised. 2.5 minutes remaining in the second period as Thompson comes off the ice. Here's Edney now, reaching the end of her shift. Edney fires in traffic, but was wide. Nobody connected. Payne again. D-to-D pass now with Annika Schmitz. Schmitz centering pass, but Caruso was tied up by Yates. Payne again out of the zone. Arps has to turn and chase. Another line change coming up for the Ducks. Arps gets around one. Centering pass. Finds Caruso. Caruso fires the puck wide. Here's Hollier. Getting around one, using the boards. Kept in the zone via Payne for the Sirens. Trying to get some support, has none. Ryland almost passes it back to a goalie accidentally. The Sirens centering, but York was the closest player, and it will come back now with 95 seconds remaining in the period. It's still 1-1, shots on favouring the Sirens, 18-12. Ducks line change again. Lucy York getting around Johnson, trying to enter the zone. Caruso had to watch the offside. York fires, but they were there, the Ducks in numbers. Hollier dispossessed by Newmark. Rokovic coming into the zone now. Centering, couldn't connect with anybody. Out of the zone. Rama retrieves it for the Ducks. Ducks had to retreat out of their attacking zone. Here's Newmark now. Sirens on a partial line change. Newmark in traffic, fires, but got the shin pads of Hollier. Gets a good shot on Newmark. The puck balloons into the air, or balloons if you prefer. Back now for Herrick. Herrick now. There is 1 minute remaining in the second period. What action we've had in this period without anything to show for a goal-wise for quite some time now. Newmark battling up against the boards. 35 seconds remaining in the period. Here's McConey. McConey trying to find Newmark, but there was a Ducks player in the way in the form of Johnson. Here's an opportunity for Nelson down the left-hand side. Gets past Bellamar. Bellamar comes back for attempt number 2. Reinforcements arrive. The puck's up against the boards. The puck needs to continue to move, and it doesn't. Referee Jeff Scott has had enough. 16 seconds remaining in the period, and I can take a breath.
You can take a breath. The Sirens are going to have a partial line change going on, even though it is only for 16 seconds. Ducks will stay as they are. They might look to get a shot off net just to wrap up the period.
Nelson attacking zone face-off for the Ducks. Rokovic fires, but was wide. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Here's Lang. Lang has a little bit of pressure off the skates of Rama. Rama needs to control the puck, and she does. She finds Nelson. 4-3-2-1. Centering pass. Collision there. It was Lang there. And that is the end of the second period. And we saw a goal to Briar Johnson for the Ducks, which was excellent. Her first goal in the A-dub. Shots on favouring the Sirens, 19-12. Sarah, what do you think of that highly exciting period?
It was indeed highly exciting. As you said, Johnson did score the opening goal of the game. It took a while, but we got there. And within 40 seconds, Sirens responded. Edney scoring her first of the weekend, her 16th of the season. She is now leading in the points chart at 31 points for the league. Welcome back, Sarah Edney.
Wow, welcome back, Sarah Edney, indeed. And of course, that's, and I've partially forgotten because we had so much action in that period. It was 0-0 20 minutes ago.
It was. Even 17 minutes ago, it was still 0-0 until the Ducks managed to break the brick wall of Naoka Wellard. But as the Sirens know how to score on Olivia Gargano. They did it yesterday. She's got the full game today. I imagine she will continue playing for the third period as well. The Sirens, if they want to take 3 points away today to stretch their lead between the Rush, who's sitting on 5th, they're going to have to dig deep, find a way to put that puck in the back of the net and take control of this game.
So we'll have a look at the ladder. We'll see what happened in the previous games this afternoon. We will be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play at the end of 2 periods at Erina Ice Arena, Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. Sydney Sirens 1, Melbourne Ducks 1. Back soon.
Welcome back. We are ready for the third period of Game 2 this weekend between the Sydney Sirens and the Melbourne Ducks. The score stands at 1-0. What an excellent second 1-0. Wow, we're at that point. It's 1-1. There you go. Girls are coming back onto the ice. Eric, I'm handing it back to you.
Thank you. An interesting thing that we actually haven't talked about during the intermission is that the Adelaide Rush and Melbourne Ice actually split their series, so the Sirens are only 3 points again ahead of the Adelaide Rush. The Rush and the Sirens battling for that fourth position, the fourth and last position for finals. The Ice defeated the Rush yesterday. The Rush defeated the Ice today, so the Sirens could have had a bigger margin, so they really need to win this one. Having said that, the Ducks haven't won a game all season in their first year in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. The closest they've come was an overtime loss against Adelaide quite a few weeks ago now at the Duck Pond in Ice HQ in Melbourne. So they will be very, very keen, especially considering that one of their younger players, Bria Johnson, got her first goal in the A-Dub to open the scoring, and that was followed by Sarah Edney, who of course is no stranger to the score sheet.
Well, as a leading point scorer, as far as I can see with current stats, she is ahead. Interesting with all the games this weekend, just with the scoreline. So even after yesterday's results, Perth were leading and found themselves in third, and they are now back on top. So we will let you go back to AWIHL TV and follow those games, because there was a lot of action.
And there's a lot of action here, and there's a lot of action coming up. 20 minutes remaining. Sirens and Ducks. Are we coming back? Oh, there's a penalty straight off the face-off. Interference to call. The penalty box door will be opening with 2 seconds off the clock. Who saw that coming, Sarah?
Well, clearly not our MC Ashley Moore, because he was still doing his introductions to the third period. Straight off the face-off, Sirens find themselves on a power play. The Ducks are in the box. 2 seconds in this period.
And unfortunately, from a Ducks perspective, it's Kelly Nelson.
Unfortunately for them, and Sirens have their 5 strongest out there. They are threatening. They are dominant. They're going to want to get something in the back of the net.
And that last 2 seconds wouldn't have exhausted them at all. So here we go. Sirens starting the period effectively on a power play. Edney back now for Lang. Lang top of the umbrella. Finds Gatormson. Gatormson now holds the puck. Tries to squeeze it in. McConey was there as well. The Ducks are there. 3 Ducks players in a row. They clear it out of the zone. Kelsey Lang has to come back and change. No icing on the penalty kill. It will come back now for Lang. The Sirens setting up now for their next wave of attack. Off the stick now of Edney, who streams down the left-hand or grandstand side. Edney thinks about firing, does fire. Thompson was coming in and walked back to 5 like the Newcastle Express to Sydney, and Shelby Thompson connects. Gargano had no answers. Power play goal for the Sirens. It's 2-1 Sirens.
That unit out there, they're so patient. They just want to take control of the puck. You wouldn't be able to see, maybe you could, but Kaylee Russell, one of the assistant coaches on the bench, you can see the excitement in her face as well. What a beautiful piece of work there by those girls. Power play 1, they know how to make it work.
99 times out of 100, Sarah, that move doesn't work. That one, put it in an art gallery somewhere.
Oh my gosh, please, have it signed too.
Oh, please. It'll come back. Sirens, that's one way to break a deadlock. It'll come back now, battle on the half wall. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. The puck just needs to continue to move, and it does. Ducks now down by a goal. It will come all the way back down, and that will come back for icing. 1 minute gone in that period, and what an action-packed period.
Woof.
We had a penalty after 2 seconds. We had a power play goal that should be in an art gallery somewhere, all within the last minute.
And Steph Newmark just fired that puck down a little bit too much, hence the icing.
Back now, Procheck fires, lots of traffic there. Morgan gets back up again. Here's Kelsey Lang now. Lang swerving through traffic. Players lost a stick for the Ducks, trying to squeeze through a gap. Lang, McConey, back now for Newmark briefly. Dispossessed, Parrington now with it. Uses the boards, gets around low. but Lang's there instead. It will come back now for Rowe. Rowe tapping it on for McConey. McConey centering, but only found a Ducks player in the form of Tara Yates. Yates contributing back now with Johnson, who got the first and only goal for the Ducks so far. Here's Newmark. Newmark fires. Pad saved there by Gargano. And that will come back now for Heather Ryland. Ryland gets around one, passes it off, finds a teammate. Ducks on the attack now. It's Johnson, has Cashin for company on the blue line. They have to watch the offside. Johnson straightens up the attack. Has some support there in Ryland. Ryland with the backhanded shovel. Back behind the net. Herrick now. It will come back now for the Sirens in their defensive end. The puddle is notably drier, but it's also as a result of the different Zamboni cut technique. It will come back now for Herring. Pressured there by Hollier. Herring has to go all the way back to a goal line. Still pressured by Hollier. Has some support now from Rowe. Rowe now goes straight down the right-hand side. Finds Ryland in neutral ice. Ryland promoting it back in for the Ducks. It will come back now for Charlotte Rowe. Rowe's got Caruso on the left-hand side. Has some support on the right-hand side. Trying to find Annika Schmitz, but doesn't. And that will come back. It was a good foot race. Ryland there for the Ducks, winning that one. It will come back now for Hollier. Hollier just happens to fire it in. The Sirens are there. Herrick now. It's got Brunt for company on the left-hand side. Has some pressure there. Off the skates and shin pads of Newman. Having to come back now is Bellamar. Marr with it now. Battle up against the boards in basically cafe corner. It will come back now for Herring. Herring crosses the first blue line. Tries to cross and passes to Brunt. Good pressure there by the Ducks in defence. Herrick now pass, but it only found Britt Mendham. And it will come back now for Gabby Arps. Arps trying to get around a couple. Mendham with a good shot on. Well out on the right-hand post. Sirens looking to clear it out of their defensive end. They go down towards Sarah Edney. Big, long stretch past Thompson. Here's warnings. Here's danger. Here's trouble. But no, Thompson, Sarah denied.
Oh, just the post again. It's not working in her favour tonight.
Back now underneath the scoreboard. Brunt doing a mountain of work back there. Parrington off the skates. Ebney, close, point-blank range. Tries a second shot, but the Ducks were there. It comes back now for Payne. Payne fires. A shot goes wide. It will come back now for Thompson, who's had no luck with the iron tonight. Here's Thompson again, passing it off for Eddie Thompson. But then again, Thompson did get that last goal that should be in the museum, so that's all good. Back now for Thompson, goes out of the zone, so the Sirens will have to retreat to be onside. Ducks taking the opportunity for a partial change. Mendham comes off. It will come back now for the Ducks underneath the scoreboard. 15 and a half minutes remaining. Sirens 2-1. The game of the Ducks season so far, without a doubt, entering the zone. Pressured there, like seagulls fighting over a chip. It's Lang. Lang, cross eyes pass now for Newmark. Newmark battling, has some support from distance. Noon just happened to get a decent enough shot on. McConey would probably want that one back. Cleared out of the slot by the Ducks. And that will come all the way back now. It's a foot race between Morgan and Noon. Poppy Noon. It will come back now for Newmark. Newmark, cross eyes pass now for Lang. Lang fires. Got Gallagher on the way through. 91 on 91 briefly. Morgan again. Trying to get out of the zone off the skates of McConey. Newmark in close was Lang, who's really loving being up front. McConey again. Newmark in front. Couldn't connect. Kept in the zone just by Mayer. It was great work, and she's under pressure from Hollier now. Cleo Mayer with it. Battle in the corner. It will come back now for Newmark. Newmark trying to find somebody from the Sirens in front, but couldn't. Ducks clearing it out. There's Hollier. Just happy to chase it. Dump and chase and giving her. And it will come back for icing. I loved Hollier's speed there while the rest of the Ducks changed, Sarah.
I did love the speed that she had. What I loved even more was the brick wall of Gargano. She made some outstanding saves against the like of Edney and Lang and Guttormson. She just shut everything down. Way to go, Olivia.
It's the 2-1 Sirens, 14-17 on the clock. Shots on favouring the Sirens, 25-12. Herring comes back under pressure there by Morgan. Has Bellamar for company. Good pressure there by Morgan. Herrick and Morgan, reinforcements arriving from both teams. Cashin trying to take possession. Lucy York there. One of several players named in the Australian women's national team during the week, Lucy York. We'll mention the other players a little bit later on during a break in play. It will come back now. Herrick has Caruso on the left-hand side. Here's Caruso, pressured, still got a pass on. It will come back now for York. York enters the zone now. York trying to squeeze for a gap, centering, couldn't quite connect with Caruso in the slot. Ducks working it out of their own end. Via Nelson got herself a goal yesterday from the puddle. It will come back now for Johnson. Johnson battling against Arps. Arps not afraid of getting in there and doing the hard work. Sirens clearing it out. Here's an opportunity now. York entering the zone. Just couldn't get the handle on it after passing it to herself. Great work, Gargano.
York she had the skills there, but a little too far out for her to be able to catch it. Gargano was able to get onto that one, get her hand on it to get a whistle.
Attacking zone face-off coming up with the first line back on for the Sirens. Edney wins it, firing. The puck balloons off a Ducks player. Now they look to clear it out. The Ducks in defence. Coming back for Thompson. Couldn't get a handle on that one. Back now for Brunt. Thompson finding Edney. Edney behind the there. Has Brunt in the slot. Chooses neither in the end. Trying to fire, but was just wide. It'll come back now for Ebony Brunt on the half wall. Trying to find Thompson. Finds Payne instead. Now Thompson. Thompson walks in. Behind the net, she's got Brunt in the slot. She's got Edney to the left or the right. The puck balloons. Payne trying to clear it out is Yates. Thompson. Ebony point blank range fires and scores, and the Sirens go up 3-1. You do not leave Sarah Edney unattended. That's like leaving a train unattended in a train yard over a weekend, and it's exactly the same. Do not leave Sarah Edney attended, because she'll do those things.
And we know you know trains.
I know trains. I know hockey.
You know trains. You know hockey. You do not leave alone in front of the slot. The puck gets through to her. She's going to make you pay for it. These girls have lots of time, lots of space. They spot Edney. They get the puck to her. The Sirens are now up 3-1.
Brokovich now. 3-1 Sirens now, but they can't let the pedal down to continue the Sirens. They don't have enough goals between them at this stage. Brokovich now into traffic for the Ducks. Back now, Rowe. Now they clear it out. Here's Lang now. Lang, 12 minutes is a long time in hockey, Ducks fans. Newmark. Ducks in good position there. Lucy Parrington, the captain, the skipper, the head Duck. Rowe. Flung in there by Lang. That will come back now for Rama. Rama finds Grokovich briefly. Finds Morgan battling there with Rowe. Reinforcements arrive. It'll come back for Jokovic. Risky cross-ice pass, possibly. McConey was in the general vicinity. Ducks trying to clear it out of their zone, and they do now. Going down the right-hand side, going for a skate is Prochek. Has some support in front. Can't fire. It's Hollier. Trying to fire. Got the skates of or the pads of McConey on the way through. The puck balloons in the air. If that had went from McConey to another Sirens player, that would have been a hand pass, but it went to a Dark. The puck's free briefly, but the Sirens clean up thanks to Kelsey Lang. Charlotte Rowe there as well. McConey in there as well. Centering pass. Point blank range. Johnson looking for goal number 2. Was so close. Lang clears it out as if she's on a kill. That will come all the way back now for Johnson. She has Stringer for company in defence. 10:40 remaining. 3-1 Sirens. Ducks looking for their first win of the year. Here's Hollier. Battle at centre ice. Here's Bellamar now for the Sirens taking over. Passing, but there were no Sirens there. Schmidt's possibly the closest one. Back to neutral ice we go. Lucy York enters the zone now. Congestion. Ducks partial line change. Johnson with it underneath the scoreboard. Just needs to clear it out and does. It'll come back into towards the corner. I still don't know my north, south, east and west yet at Erina. It'll come back now for Nelson. Nelson battling with Henrik. Nelson getting the better of that one. Herring battling with yes, she was battling indeed. Getting possession is Nelson Nelson with the puck now. Battle in the corner. Sirens still in defence, trying to clear it out now. Reinforcements arrive. Battled up against the boards, pinned up against the boards. The puck needs to continue to move, eating valuable seconds off the clock, and now the puck is stopped. The puck is dead. 9:39 remaining. Sirens 3-1.
There is less than 10 minutes left in this game. We know with the Melbourne Ducks, they start getting tired in the third period of any game, but they have been doing fantastic in this game, especially compared to yesterday's game.
Attacking zone face-off won by the Ducks. Kelly Nelson scored in a similar position yesterday while she was shooting in this direction. Here come the Sirens now on the right-hand side, entering the zone. Thompson with it. It's got Edney and Brunt there. Brunt in the slot, couldn't pull the trigger. And Edney trying for the backdoor opportunity at point-blank range. Ducks looking to clear it out via Mendham, and they do. I don't think they'll care that it's icing at that point, Sarah. They just needed to get the puck out of there, the Ducks, and that could be a dangerous sentence.
They do it with Gargano just making, again, just multiple fantastic saves. Edney was there to try and sneak something in on the back door, but Gargano was tight on her post. Nothing was going to make it through on that occasion. Attacking
zone face-off, Nelson against Edney. Firing Thompson, the puck balloons in the air. Thompson again firing, the puck still free. The puck's free, the puck's free, the puck's free. The Ducks clear it out of immediate danger. It seemed like it was in slow motion as the puck ballooned off the stick of Shelby Thompson, who's there again behind the net, looking for Edney or Brunt or anybody in a Sirens jersey. The pressure's not off for the Ducks. Pressure continues. Now they can release some of the pressure through Nelson. Nelson looking to enter the zone. Had to watch the offside, the Ducks, and they do. Nelson fires. And she saves and holds there in the form of Wellard.
Just a very casual save for Wellard. She has faced 15 shots in this game versus the 31 that Gargano has played. She has a mountain of work, all that traffic in front of Gargano to be able to keep her eyes on the puck, and eventually it gets put into a corner out of danger.
Good work off the face-off there by Parrington. Sirens clearing it out, finding Parrington again at centre ice. Parrington now got herself a power play goal yesterday for the Ducks, and it will come back now under pressure again, Parrington, and there'll be a penalty coming. Hooking the call, penalty box door will be opening, and the Sirens will be going towards the penalty box, and the Ducks on the power play, Sarah.
Charlotte Rowe is in the penalty box. The Sirens will get a strong penalty kill unit out there, given that they're only up by 2 goals and there's 8 minutes left in this game. They're going to want to try and get it down to the other end of the rink as much as they can.
Attacking zone face-off and start of the power play for the Ducks. Brokovic now with the puck. Right-hand side. That's Nelson in the corner. Brokovic now in some traffic. McCaney was there. Well cleared out by the Sirens. First of all by Bellamar and then by Kelsey Lang after that. The Ducks through Parrington behind her own net briefly. Brokovic now trying to get around Edney. Trying to get around Lang. Getting forced wide by Lang. Getting pressured by Lang. Centering pass. Connects somehow with Nelson. Nelson left-hand side. Now Nelson drives the net, but Herrick was there and the skates were enough. Back now for Lang, clears it out. No icing on the penalty kill. Gargano will just watch the puck cross the line. But Edney again left unattended. Edney fires and the scoreboard was closer than the goal on that occasion where that puck ended up. Back now Edney. 2-on-1 situation. The Ducks, 60 seconds of the power play remaining. Here's an opportunity for Nelson. Nelson walks in. Nelson fires. Nelson scores. And just like she did yesterday, she's come back when the Ducks have needed her. And Kelly Nelson is flying.
I wish I could have chimed in a minute ago, but there was no break where Kelly Nelson, she was just hovering on the blue. Just waiting, coming up and down. She did get a pass before, but Henrik shut it down, and then she just stayed there. The Sirens went on a line change, and Nelson was on her own. And the 2Ds that came on, they floated up high. They left her all by herself, and the Ducks read that, fed her that stretch pass. Away she went. All the time in the world, put it past Naoka Willard. 3-2, Sirens still in the lead.
3-2, and a great move there by Kelly Nelson. Sometimes you see it, and Nelson's going to be first to the puck. Sorry, this time it's Holia, her Kiwi counterpart. Battle up against the boards, Mayer with it. But it's a great move. Sometimes you see it in the A-Dub and the AI, Sarah. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. But that one was very well executed by Kelly Nelson. Coming back now for Stringer. Clearing it out there is Lang. Battle up against the boards. Gallagher. Johnson. 3-2 now. Ducks with the most recent goal. Battle up against the boards right underneath the scorekeeper's area. Reinforcements arrive from both teams. Now it's a battle in front of the Ducks bench. Sirens clear it out. And it will come back. Kelsey Lang looking to be first to the puck, but Cashin's there for the Ducks. It will come back. Lang gets herself in good position. It will come back now for the Sirens. It will come back now for Charlotte Rowe, who injects herself. Rowe battling against Hollier. Hollier's in good position. Hollier wins that little battle in the corner, but Sirens are there as well through McConey briefly. Cleared out of danger by Johnson. Now here's Cashin. Cashin. Here's danger. Johnson gets a good shot on, but saved there by Wellard. She was certainly under some pressure. Battle with Cleo Mayer. Great battle. And that will come back now for the Sirens. Sirens clear it out. Here's Nelson again. Nelson fires. Wellard deflects it into the corner. And Nelson, I said it yesterday, fire at Grokovic, and that was a great shot. Well saved there by Wellard. I was saying yesterday that the Ducks need to do everything to keep Nelson. Grokovic is another one.
That was a cannon of a shot by Jelly. Just to get it and put it. It was a clear side shot for Naoka. Had she dropped, it could have found its way in the back of the net, but just hit her in the chest and she controlled it well. Back
now, Payne looking to clear it out. Arps now, Thompson back onto the ice. Sirens working out of the defensive end. Almost found Brunt. Grokovic was there. Kept in the zone by Newman for the Ducks. Newman fires it in. It will come back now for Sam Payne. Payne clearing it out right-hand side. Here's Thompson with a bit of time and space down the right-hand side. Thompson fires the puck, rebounded, but there were no Sirens to take advantage of the rebound. Arps, Sirens retreating, so they're not offside. Firing it back in is Gabby Arps. Ducks looking to clear it out. Partial line change for the Ducks. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Edney was there. Fires Thompson right in front. Almost kept in the zone by Arps. Just kept in the zone by Brunt. The puck's still free. Now it's in neutral ice. Sirens still with it though. 4:40 remaining. 3-2 to the Sirens. The Sirens need this win. Edney fires and a good save by Gargano. Sirens need this win for their finals. And Ducks need this win, Sarah, for pride.
Absolutely. I mean, we just said that it's back to a 3-point difference between the Sirens and the Rush.
Oh, 1 point. Oh, you're talking that way. Okay, I thought you were talking about the scoreboard. Okay,
that's no, not that way. They want to take all 3 points away from this game, not get it into overtime.
Back now, clearing it out is Yates. And you're exactly right, Sarah. 3 points difference between them and the 5th place Rush. 3 points winning today would mean a 6-point break for the Sirens. That could come down to their final series, Adelaide versus Sydney and Adelaide. It will come back now, Caruso, but first to the puck, Newman for the Ducks. Into the zone by Parrington briefly. It will come back now, Morgan up against York. Bellamar has to turn and chase now. Marr with it behind her own net. Parrington on the forecheck, clears it out. Here come the Sirens, and it's good work there by Schmitz, who will come off for a change. Caruso battling in the corner up against the boards with 3:45 remaining. York comes in to lend a hand. Yates is the only Duck in the corner at the moment, and the puck is frozen in the corner and will have a face-off.
And just speaking of the ladder as well, between 1, 2, and 3, it is so tight between Perth, Melbourne Ice, and Brisbane Lightning. There's been some upsets, wins, I guess, this weekend, but it's tight between those three, so it really is battle between 4th and 5th.
Back now, battle up against the board. Sirens with 3:33 remaining. it just went straight back into that corner, which they just came out of with that face-off, and they're going to be stuck in that corner and repeating that face-off.
Is that our Zamboni corner? Is that what we call that one?
Yeah, that is Zamboni corner.
Yeah. I don't know my north, south, east, west in this rink either. I know where the mole is. If you need food, I know where to take you.
Confession time. I've only been from the car park to the rink and back, and that's all I've explored of Erina Fair. It'll come back now for Maya. It was only my first time a few weeks ago. My first time at Erina Ice Arena at all ever. Here comes the Ducks. Ducks entering the zone now via Hollier. Hollier walks in coast to coast, fires, and a good save there by Wellard. The pressure was certainly on, and Hollier was bringing the fire for the Ducks. It will come back now for Gallagher. Gallagher battling against Newmark. It will come back now for Hollier. Good work there by Mayer, handing it off for Lang. Lang gets it out of the zone, back towards neutral ice briefly. Sirens have it. Back now for Newmark. Newmark enters the zone, fires. Gargano paddles it away underneath the scoreboard. Lang and Johnson battle with 2:38 remaining. Shots on favouring the Sirens, 34-19. 3-2 Sirens. And here again are the Ducks. Kelly Nelson. Nelson now crossing all the lines, going straight down the Central Coast Highway with no traffic lights, except for the final traffic light there. Nicoya Wellard says no.
There's 2 minutes 21 left in this game and only a 1-goal difference. I do wonder if Coach Jeremy Muir is going to pull Gargano to try and get a six-skater out there. Not on this occasion while the face-off is down where it is, but I wonder if that'll happen.
Attacking zone face-off, and you also have to wonder, Sarah, as well, who's on the ice from the other team when you try that, because Shelby Thompson is on the ice now looking to seal this game. In front, Sarah Edney, she spotted that. Selected power drive, didn't even get feathered touch in the end. Edney again, Thompson fires. Deflected in the corner by Gargano. And it's going to be hard to be able to pull Gargano. Back now for Nelson in the slot, pressured. Good work there by Yates. Rama keeping it in the zone briefly. Here's an opportunity again. Here's Thompson. A lot of the Ducks are behind. Thompson fires. Good pad save there by Gargano and doesn't fall on the stick of a Siren. Opportunity now. Edney taps it on. So the line one will come off for a change now. 90 seconds remaining. Sirens up by 1. Here's Newmark. Newmark fires and a good save by Gargano. Chased there by Captain Barrington in the corner for the Ducks. Minute 15 remaining. Back now, the Ducks. Each team does have a timeout, but here's Newmark. Newmark loses possession. Here come the Ducks though. Extra attacker coming on, Gargano coming off to the ice, but the Sirens have it. The Sirens may not realise there's an empty net. Extra attacker on for the Ducks. Ducks need to keep it away. Ducks on the attack now through Hollier. Hollier with it, up against Marr. Hollier still in possession. Hollier regains possession, dumps it off for Nelson. Nelson now 6 attackers on and no goalie for the Melbourne Ducks. Johnson. Here comes Nelson. Nelson fires off the shins of Herring. So there's no goalie. Empty net, Ducks. I don't think Ducks have been in this empty net situation, been so close to getting a win either this season. McConey battling up against the boards. There's 16 seconds remaining. Battle up against the boards. 13.9 seconds remaining. And there's going to be a timeout.
With where the face-off is going to be, Gargano will remain on the bench. The Ducks will have 6 skaters out there. They have one chance to make a move to tie this thing up, to send it into overtime. They have been to overtime once before early in the season against the Rush. They did lose 3-2, so that was a tight game then as well.
So the Ducks with it all to do. 6 attackers on, 6 Ducks on the ice, all attacking, all trying to attack as one. The Sirens just need to hold on for 13.9 seconds. Wellard returns to the net. Sirens will have their top line on. Brunt, Thompson, Gabby Arbs, and also Edney, Parrington, Hollier, Nelson, Grokovic, amongst others. 6 attackers on for the Ducks. Attacking zone face-off for the Ducks. 10 seconds remaining. Ducks now with the game on their stick. Can they get a shot on? Grokovic hasn't got a lot of time to fire. Sirens got Thompson. Can't get possession, but that's all she needs. She fires off towards the empty net. Got Thompson, fires. Empty net goal. Will it count? Will it count? We will see. Either way, the Sirens have won, but is that 4 or did time expire?
No goal!
It expired by milliseconds, I would say. No goal, no goal. They ran out of time. No goal, just out of time. But either way, even though she didn't get the empty net goal at the end, Shelby Thompson, the Sirens 3 have defeated the Melbourne Ducks. Now, it was in balance until the final seconds. Sarah, wowee, what a game.
Oh, I think my heart skipped a beat then. I think we were all focused on watching that puck, where it was going to go, what accuracy from the angle she was at. No one was looking at the clock to see that the time had already expired, but my gosh, it must have been close. The Sirens pick up all 3 points, all 6 points this weekend. That does now put them 6 points ahead of Rush. So Sirens still sit in 4th place. 2 more rounds to go for them. Another home round next weekend. They're going to be fighting hard against the Melbourne Ice.
I don't know if we'll be able to see another replay of that shot, but it was terribly, terribly close there. It was certainly good enough, and it was on target, but unfortunately for the Sirens, time was ruled to have just expired. Here comes the replay. Sarah, let's have a look at this again. We'll see if we can see the scoreboard in the shot here. Unfortunately, we can't, but what a beautiful shot anyway by Thompson. The officials on the ice quickly decided that it was no goal. Time had expired, but either way, the Sirens still win. What an ending.
They still win. A wonderful ending. The Ducks, hats off to them. That was an incredible game for them. The second game of the weekend for them. As you mentioned, they seem to be a Sunday team. Unfortunately, just being a Sunday team is not going to get them those points. They need to battle hard all weekend. But they came here, they played fantastic. Gargano, a standout in her first season in the AWIHL. And for someone so young, faced 37 shots today and only 3 of them went through.
So stick taps all around. The Sirens fans celebrate. And the Ducks have got a lot to be proud of. They'll come over and they'll acknowledge their travelling fans as well, friends and family that have come up the highways to see them. Just having a look at what both teams have got coming up to finish the season, it doesn't get any easier for the Ducks. They next play a series against the Lightning at home at Ice HQ. Then they go over to Perth to meet the Inferno to end their season. And on the other hand, the Sydney Sirens, let's have a look what they have coming up. Our last series together for the season next weekend against the Melbourne Ice here at Erina. And then what could possibly decide the season for the Sirens and the Rush? The Rush and the Sirens play in Adelaide. So, wow, what an end to the series we've got coming up before the final, Sarah.
Indeed, and hypothetically, if it does come down to that weekend and Rush happen, or they split points, however, if they end up on equal points, it will go back head-to-head, so it will very much determine how that weekend goes for them. So Sirens are going to want to pick up all 6 points available next weekend against Melbourne Ice to ensure that they stay in that 4th position.
And we think about what the Ice did this weekend against the Rush. They split the series with the Rush. So lots of interesting situations. Lots of quality games across the A-Dub this weekend. If you missed anything, and I know I've got some things to catch up on, you've got some things to catch up on as well. So much action. AWIHL.tv. All the games are there, free, even though the games have ended. Sarah, thank you as always. That was fun.
That was fun. Thank you again for having me. For all those kids that are starting the school year tomorrow, welcome back to school. And to my son, Axel Reynolds, happy birthday for tomorrow, baby.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday. And thank you very much for watching. Thanks as always to our hardworking Thought Fox Media crew. Massive effort over the weekend, crew. And we'll see you next time. Sarah, you and I together next weekend for the Sirens against the Ice. Thanks for watching. In the end, it was a heart-stopping 3-2 win. Sirens against Ducks. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta and farewell. Bye-bye for now.